Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another TE Mastermind session. We do these each and every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Is it daylight savings time or not daylight? I don't even know. I never understood that. I just say 9 p.m. Eastern so I don't confuse people and start saying anyways. Welcome, everybody. Nice little turnout tonight live. So if you're not here, you're watching the recording, please do book it next week, 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. So this past week, I've been talking kind of about Mr. Sales Funnel, and obviously the launch of TE List Builder last week really got people fired up about list building, and we're pumped up, and we're on fire for this because I think it's a big thing specifically for the traffic exchange industry, seeing more people focusing on list building. I mean, I think that's kind of a given. So the more people get fired up about list building, the more these crazy things like front-end, back-end sales comes up, sales funnels comes up. And I've done my best over the past week now to really hammer that point home. Tim's here, Scott's here, Carla's here, some big leaders in TE List Builder who've really been crushing with it. And, you know, I'm glad you guys are here kind of to almost help me out on the rah gospel that we'll be talking about TE List Builder, but also list building for the traffic exchange. This is the big thing. And me and Rich Taylor talked about this in Skype the past week. When things like this get launched and people get fired up, there's such a huge trickle-down effect. Like, everybody gets fired up. Like, I don't know if you guys have felt the same thing I've been feeling, but, you know, you go to the Facebook group and you hear things like this one lady is like, I just signed up, I got 10 referrals, made my first sale the day after I joined. I mean, you read things like that, and here's the thing, right? TE List Builder, it's not Facebook advertising that, you know, we're using. It's not Twitter ads we're using. We're not paid promotion posts in LinkedIn or Instagram. This is traffic exchange advertising, people using that and getting results. I mean, to me, that's exciting. That pumps me up. So again, with that, you know, today I wanted to really touch on how it's helped you guys. Maybe for people, watching the recording, how they can jump on board and get involved with this kind of list building movement that's out there. We can talk about Mr. Sales Funnel. That's my awesome drawing beside. And if you noticed, I put little notes beside each part of the funnel because I thought it was really important, because we always hear you're supposed to build awareness. Well, what is that? What is building awareness? Kind of, again, we're going back to what Carla has been patiently asking us to talk about for weeks and weeks and weeks. Hey, John, why don't you talk about how to build awareness before you start telling people to build awareness? So yeah, that's something we can talk about tonight too. Looking forward to that. Gonna dive in. So anybody want to jump up and say a few words about TE List Builder or the feeling of list building right now in the industry, the pulse of what's going on and how they feel it's going? Anybody?
I'll speak for you, John.
Thanks, Tim.
I stuck with TE Pays when it was around, and when it morphed into TE List Builder, I mean, what I noticed was a lot of people dropped off of TE Pays after the initial launch, and that's when it really started clicking for me. And I think the same thing's going to happen with TE List Builder. I'm trying to frame it up in my promotions that it's not just about TEs. It's about getting people in there. And what Shane and Blaine have done with making it that you don't need a autoresponder right away.
Right.
As I start pushing these emails out, I'm going to really hammer that home, because I think that's going to attract some people who just weren't quite ready for that yet. But it's kind of like a gateway drug for them to get into it. That's the best way I can put it.
That's a good way of putting it, man. So yeah, I mean, this is a big thing, and again, it kind of goes back to what Carla was talking about the first steps, right? And for someone like, let's say you, Tim, that you're confident around like an autoresponder, you're confident sending emails. Sometimes I think, like, not necessarily me and you, but like people that are experienced in general, forget what that's like to the physical. Just pressing send on something. It's like you're putting yourself out there and you're like, oh man, like, are people actually going to like read this? Are people going to like what I say? And that's scary. And that's what's really good about TE List Builder, I think, is that it takes the scary away.
Sorry.
That's okay. There's cats in front of people.
Yes. Cat needs a little attention.
Yeah, man. This is what I wanted to chit chat about a little bit. It's kind of T list builder related, but the big thing what I've been blogging about this week is Mr. Sales Funnel. I don't know why I called him Mr. Sales Funnel, but he's behind my left shoulder here. The top of the funnel, right? And that's kind of what T list builder is training people, is how to fill that funnel. Awareness is what, if you do the ADA model. I don't know if anybody's familiar with the ADA model in marketing and sales, but it's attention, awareness. I don't know, whatever you want to put for the A, but attention, interest, desire, action. Up there, we got awareness. So how do you create awareness or attention? For me, it's social media. And what I mean by social media is something even like this, even just talking to you guys on a live stream, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, doing live streams, Skype, talking to people on Skype every day, bringing awareness to your brand, your list, your program. If you're a traffic exchange owner, just bringing yourself top of mind. And this top of the food chain here, top of the funnel, you can't stop doing this. And this is what I see, just like you said, Tim, TE Pays launched and people stopped promoting it. It's like people have the attention span of goldfish. They're all pumped up about something, but they forget that in 2 weeks from now, people forgot what you did. Well, what's the saying? Like, you're only as good as your last at bat. I mean, so you got to keep swinging. And awareness to me is something that we've got to practice each and every day in this industry. And I see a lot of us not doing that. A lot of people get all pumped up, fired up, talk good talk, but 2 weeks from now, where are you? Thoughts? Rants, raves?
So I'll go now. I just been listening to you guys saying T list builder over and over again, and I just get a big head and I really enjoy that. But no, we saw the same thing with TE Pays that Tim had talked about and everything, and we wanted to make it better and expand it and everything.
Right.
So what we've done to continue to keep the awareness is we haven't put out all the tasks. We haven't put out everything. And the goal is to slowly release that so that the longer you're a member, the more you're doing and everything like that. And we keep adding stuff and building stuff to the site. So we're trying to keep awareness as much as possible. And with that, just keep getting people to use it and understand that it is a list builder. And that's the whole purpose of it. The referrals, commissions, downline, all that stuff is super awesome and great. But I want them to go on your list first. I want that person on your list first. And then from there, we can go through the training and show you how to use that list to your advantage.
How are you finding the feedback from, I mean, obviously the people in the Skype groups and stuff like that, but what about the people that might be lurking? What has your feedback been from them when it comes to, getting into the habit of sending emails and et cetera, et cetera?
That's another one of the big hurdles that we ran into, and that's also why we created the different email series as well, to extend those out, to give you more time, to get you into more training, get more stuff completed so you can understand how to send emails. And then coming up pre-Black Friday, we should have more stuff coming out for that and preparing you to send emails and stuff like that. So,
nice.
I don't know. Hopefully it'll help.
Yeah, I just see the biggest problem is getting, like, everybody again talks a good talk and they're all excited, but 2 weeks from now the attention span goes to something new, fresh, and exciting. But this is not an ego thing or bragging thing, but just like Tim said, I get my best results for this stuff when everybody else stops promoting something. I'm not saying you shouldn't be there for the hype launch. Everybody's excited. That's fine, but man,
the best time to promote is 1 week after a launch or 1 week after a referral contest, because that's when stuff really gets kicked into gear.
And it's the right type of person too, I think. A lot of people, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with someone joining something right away, but I don't know about you guys, specifically program owners. I find my best members, quote unquote, like the people that are more focused on something, kind of after things die down. And that sounds really bad because people will be like, hey, man, I joined your program on day one. What am I, chopped liver? But no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when the hype dies down, the focus starts. Like the hype, here's a new program. You can make money. It's really sexy. Oh, everybody will go. But, hey, roll up your sleeves, get to work 2 weeks after something or a week after, like Tim said. Now it's like you're finding the people that are ready to roll up the sleeves. They're not just there for the hype. So, and I think that comes, bringing it all circle here, is you've got to stay in front of people. Like, you can't just give up after all the hype has died down. And I mean, when I send an email, it's rarely the first email that makes the most money for me. It's usually third, fourth, fifth, and sixth email. It's never the first one. So, nugget, if you're promoting something, don't give up after one or two emails. You got to keep going. You got to be in front of people consistently. That's where the numbers are. Ta-da. So Carla, to answer your question, here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna concentrate on Carla's question that she brought up and patiently has been waiting for an answer for the past 2 weeks. For me, how you get started doing something, and this sounds really cocky and arrogant, but you got to do it. And I know that's like, oh yeah, whatever, dude, like easy for you to say. But when you actually start saying, okay, you put in your mindset, I'm going to actually send emails to the lists. Okay, how do I build lists? Well, I know awareness is a big part, so I need to be in front of people consistently over time. I've got to be in the social media platforms. I've got to talk to people on Twitter, talk to people on Skype, talk to people even in the TE chats. Just getting people to know you so that then when they see you, they're going to sign up to your list. Now, when they sign up to your list, that's when the confidence has got to build of, I'm actually writing emails that people are going to open, which is a good thing. But I think that the biggest problem that people have is I think they're going to screw up. They're going to mess up from day one. You're going to. That's it. 95% of the time you're going to screw up when you're starting out, and that's okay. That's huge. It's okay. It's really, really important that you press send. It's literally like the biggest thing you can do is press send. Once you press send, everything else will take care of itself. But getting to that, I think the confidence will build the more that you're out there in front of people, the more you're talking to people, the more you're realizing that people aren't going to rip your head off if you make a mistake. You do that consistently, the confidence will grow, and you'll be able to, send emails with confidence and authority almost. It won't happen overnight, but if you do that, and don't just – because this is the thing. It's like a lot of times people – for example, this sounds really bad, but people will come on to Skype and they'll say something like this. Hey, I started a blog today. It's like, okay, that's good. That's good, but are you going to tell us in 2 weeks from now that you're blogging? Are you going to tell us in a month from now that you've written an email? That's what I'm more interested in. I'm more interested not so much in the starting of something, which is great, trust me. It's the follow-through. It's the third or fourth email. It's the third or fourth month of blogging. It's the third or fourth subscriber you get, and you keep getting pumped up and fired up and building your list. That's what I'm after. That's more of the win than just starting something. So starting something's good and fine and dandy, and I know that's a big hurdle for a lot of people, but the continuation, the follow-through, man, that's where the wins are.
Serve the commercial markets. .com stands for commercial. Today.
Yeah. Thoughts? No? Rants? Raves? Answer your question? No? Or
a little bit.
A little bit. What else do you need?
Oh no, I get it. It just what I was talking about earlier was when we were talking about new people to TEs, and you say you need to build a list and say, okay, where do you start? Well, a lot of brand new people don't even know what a list is. Why do you need to do a list? And I think TE List Builder that's a good start. I think that's a great product to help. I wish that would have been around when I was very brand new.
For sure.
My point when a couple of weeks ago when we talked about it was like when I learned how to get on a computer the first time.
Right.
My husband at the time, he programmed. He'd been messing with computers for forever. It's so frustrated trying to teach me, and he go click, 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 click. And I'm like, wait, stop. What did you do?
Right.
And you guys, people that are more advanced, they tend to forget that things that they do by rote, other people don't know to do first. So there's that big missing piece. It may be little to you guys in your mind, but it's a big piece for new people. And if you're in a TE or something, you're an owner and you want to help your people to continue on, you'd think you'd want to fill that gap, if that makes sense.
So I'll ask you a question now.
Okay.
Are you confident in your ability to deliver that answer to someone?
Not yet, but I start, and every time I teach them, every time I tell them an answer, I learn more.
I think you've kind of almost found a perfect lead magnet for yourself to develop. Does that make any sense, what I just said?
Repeat it.
You've just discovered a perfect lead magnet, aka product, for yourself to deliver. As like, hey, join my list, and I'm going to provide this for you for free for joining my list. So, for example, like when I'm trying to get people on my, can you get a job? Seriously, like the bird is ridiculous, man. She moved down here. Her cage is down here now. So if you guys thought it was loud before, just wait. But okay, so like if I'm trying to get someone on my list, let's say Hit Exchange News, I have that squeeze page that's out there, and I'm saying, hey, I've got this awesome 7-part series where I break down everything on how you can get results with traffic exchanges. So that is an email series. Holy jeez. Babe, can you do me a favor?
You want me to take the bird?
Can you just take? She's just like squawking, and I'm like,
Sure.
I just
Where's the time
they're right here. Sorry guys,
Thanks
just
for your attention.
sorry. The bird is crazy, and this is recording. Yeah, woohoo, yeah, bird. I know. Jeez. Yeah, okay. The bird is gone. Thank you. Okay. So I got these squeeze pages out that are saying, hey, join Hit Exchange News. Got a really cool e-course for you to check out. I also have, hey, join +1 Success. I've got this 30-day game plan PDF download that you can read and learn how to improve your life 30 days each and every day doing something. I've also got things like Loyalty Handbook, which is a PDF that people can download. I've got Pizza Plan, which is this download. So you could put together a product yourself, call it like Carla's beginner's list building tips, something. Obviously you do something, but something that brands you, and it doesn't have to be. This is the thing: lead magnets and like free giveaways and stuff. You don't need to write a Pulitzer. You need to put together like a 3 to 5 page quality report that gives value to people, and people get a nugget or two from. And you do that, and you go to Fiverr, you pay someone like $10 or something to design the ebook cover, or you go to Winter. I know Winter Perkins is fantastic at designing stuff. You can go to her and just make it look really awesome. And now you've got a product. But this is the thing: is that you are catering to a huge niche, because there's a whole lot of people that might not know how to build their list, and they're just like you said, they're in the same boat as you are, going, okay, everybody's going, what's step 1? And then you write like a little 3 to 5 page PDF report that has step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for them to get familiar. And this is the best thing: this is the top of your funnel. And now I guarantee you do something like this, watch the referrals you get at the programs you refer in that report. So if you refer like T List Builder, guaranteed you'll get 20 to 50 new referrals within the first couple of weeks. Like it's guaranteed. You'll get, if you're promoting Rock Responder or Track on Me or something like that, that's how you're going to get a million more results than just, obviously promoting generic affiliate links. But you're in a position now where you can create something that answers a huge question. And when you can provide that answer to people, you've got your in. You remember what I was talking about on +1 Daily? I talked about the journey. You're helping someone on a journey. You're the guide. So you're going to create this guidebook, and they're going to become the hero. And they're going to become the hero using the things that you're recommending. But they'll always remember you as the guide that's helping them get there. And if you do that over time, not only do you build loyal subscribers, diehard loyal subscribers, you're providing massive value for people, you're referring tons of people to the programs you want to recommend, and now all of a sudden you're an author. You're an author. You have a book. You have an ebook. It doesn't have to be 100 pages to be an author. You're an author. I call myself an author after writing the Pizza Plan. It's like 10 pages, but I was an author after I wrote that. So just an idea, because what people want. That's your opportunity to go and create that and put it out in the market and see how it does.
Okay.
Ta-da. Right, Blaine?
Yeah, I completely agree. It's all about documenting what you do and figuring out what you do along the way. And if you mess up, you mess up. That's great. We all do it. Fail forward like we talked about, I don't know, years ago. And then go from there. And then you can create a guide or a book or just a simple step-by-step piece on what to do, on how to do this specific thing.
Right.
And like John said, it's a huge market of people out there, especially people new to traffic exchanges and stuff like that. So you've got hundreds of thousands of people every single day that come in and are looking at this stuff. So
isn't that something we always forget too? Like you guys, especially people that have heard me speak on this before, I'm sure you're going to roll your eyes when I say this, but there's hundreds, if not thousands, of new people that come in each and every month in this industry. So you writing an ebook now, someone listening to this recording knows a lot more than the person that's going to join in a month from now. Because I guarantee you there's going to be people joining in a month from now. As dead as everybody says this industry is, it's still like the best way, the best free way to get traffic to your sites and to build your list. Like there's nothing really better. So the market is there. It's always going to be there. And you are anybody listening to this, but I'm speaking to Carla specifically, is like anybody in this industry can do this. And it doesn't cost anything really. I mean, you can, it might cost you $10 on a cute little design for the ebook or something, but I mean, you can bang this out and literally spend a day doing it. You could do it. So anybody can do that. And then imagine you start promoting TE List Builder or something on the back end of that. Ask Blaine, and this is just who brings in the most referrals in his program. I guarantee you it's not going to be the person that's just promoting splash pages in the traffic exchanges. Guaranteed. It's going to be guys like Tim Hansen, Scott Rohn. It's going to be guys that have lists, that have relationships with their lists, that understand the list building process on the back end. So that's something, Carla. Why you want to build a list? Well, you build your list because that's where the results are. I did that blog post a couple of weeks ago on Hit Exchange News about thinking of the $1 residual every name on your list is. That's why you build your list, because you start seeing that every name on your list after the recommendations are going to start paying money for things, and you're going to be recommending TE List Builder. TE List Builder is not a $2 product, right? $17 to whatever Blaine charges. I mean, so that's a healthy chunk of change. You start adding that up, $1 per month, the name, that's kind of the industry average. So that's why you're building your list, because every single name you bring onto your list, there's potential for massive returns. So, and you break it down. You just break it down in a little report. You show people why they want to do that, and then bang, there's your product. There you go. Thoughts, rants, raves. 13 people.
Carla, if you're still on my list, that's how my list is built. I take people through my process, and then I teach them how to take whatever they're doing. If somebody's promoting, what is it that Ken Wolf promotes? Shakely. If somebody wants to take my list,
right,
my emails, and copy them and promote Shakely with it, just by following my email series, they can take that information and start promoting it. And when I start working with people, that's what I get into. I try and learn as much as I can about a product like Rocket Responder, but I don't just use Rocket Responder. I have lists through Traffic Wave and All-in-One Profits. Those are funnels. Those aren't my main business. Rocket Responder is what I use for my everyday things. So you'll never see a Traffic Wave promotion come across my Rocket Responder. Equally, you'll never see a Rocket Responder promotion come across my Traffic Wave. But I learn about each one. That way, when I talk to people and tell them, hey, you need an autoresponder, you don't have to join mine, but I know enough about the other companies, Get Response and all those, because I've studied them, that I can say, hey, maybe this is going to work better for you. I have a coworker who recently launched his own business. He's basically building out a system for CrossFit gyms to automate their business, because most CrossFit gyms are just started as like a box. And he came to me and he said, I know you do stuff with autoresponders. What do you think would fit for me? And when I looked at how he was growing, he actually quit his job as a fireman and is doing this full time now. I said, you may want to look at this versus this. Okay, so when you dig into trying to teach somebody something, try to learn everything you can about it, and then just kind of guide people as they come to you. I'm not in your face sales guy.
Thank you for the little bit of a promo there, Tim, on Shackley. It is Shackley.
Okay. I just know I've seen you promote it when I
That's
see.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Now I do want to point out that I do not go out of my way to promote Shackley on our internet in our group. Basically, I'm here to help people with network marketing, and Shackley's that's our primary business, and I do that offline and online, but kind of it's not the only thing that I do.
Yeah, I just used it as an example because I know it's something I've seen with your name attached to it, and
Sure.
I just try and teach people because I'm getting people from all walks of life to join my list. I mean, I had a pastor join a couple months ago. I've talked to him back and forth, and there's a whole world of people out there that are looking at it. Some of the responses I've gotten through Twitter are people that have nothing to do with the traffic exchange and network marketing industry as we see it. There are other business people that are looking for email marketing solutions and stuff like that. So if people follow me on Twitter, and I know John does, they see how I'm promoting Rocket Responder, whether I'm laying in a lounge chair with my wife or whatever. I tie it all back to my business, and then that's where I'm getting some leads from.
I think we do forget that it's a big, big internet, and not even internet world, because I'm watching NFL Network. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of sports, but I watch a ton of sports. And here I'm watching NFL Network, and in the commercials there's a constant contact 30-second ad. Like, that's getting shown now in prime time. There's a reason why. Because they know they're not going after traffic exchange surfers, folks. They're not. That's not what they're thinking when they're advertising. They're like you said, the pastor could use this. The fireman that's looking to start his own business can do this. The people that are interested in Shackley products, they can use this. It's not just this little tiny bubble that we're in. That's why you build your list, because just like Tim said, if you're using it you don't know who's going to be paying attention. You have it's like you throw something out there, you might get that person at that time right there that goes, you know what, that's perfect. I'm going to join that because that's what I'm looking for. That's why you build your list. The what if factor, right? Yeah. The what if that next lead turns into
Get responses all over Sirius XM right now. I mean, you want to talk about a budget that they're throwing. I mean, it blew me away the first time I heard that, and now it's all over Sirius XM. Yeah. And I spend a lot of time in the car, and it's daily that I'm hearing their ads on the radio. So
we have life goals at Rocket Responder. We spent a lot of money on that. I don't know if you guys remember the ad we did. Like, that was we spent a small fortune on that because we were going all in, man. And it was just like, I applaud stuff like that, like Get Response doing all the ads on Sirius, and then seeing the Constant Contact ads. It's fantastic because that tells you, if all these people are concentrating and saying you should be building your list and this is email marketing that's good for business, why don't we focus on that more? So things like, again, Perfect Circle, Blaine and Shane come along and come and launch this thing called TE List Builder, which is perfect for our industry, I think. So I'm excited for it. And I hope more people get pumped up about list building when they see the power of it and how anyways, I'm getting all sad and emotional thinking about it. Anyways, listen, let's shut down the recording because I don't want to bore you guys that are watching this recording. Thank you guys for coming. Be sure to be here for next week, Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll or you want to come live because this is when all the fun stuff really happens, when I press stop recording. So I do appreciate you guys watching the video, but come when it's live because you never know if Blaine is going to dance or not.